All right, everybody. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day after today. Guys, this is not good news at all. Not good news at all. Bitcoin is below 2021 levels. So we're seeing a massive capitulation event, a lot of liquidations happening today. Right now, I'm looking at Bitcoin around almost 10% down or about $7,000 down in not even 24 hours. All the support levels that we had broken through immediately. I know there's been some bad news today, but this is kind of a whole different realm. We're seeing gold down 2%, silver down 13%, the Dow Jones is down, NASDAQ is down, SPY is down, Russell 2000 is down, the dollar index is up, oil is down, but cryptocurrency across the board, oh, it is an absolute bloodbath. So what I want to do with you guys today, first of all, is probably go over some of the news of the day, talk about what's happening. We had a horrible jobs report come out. I mean, jobs layoffs numbers, not jobs report, but jobs layoffs numbers coming out, and it was kind of like a devastating number. And when you have a number that bad, like it goes back to what we've talked about. The Fed should be cutting, but they just can't. They don't know how to forecast anymore into the future. At least not in a way that's practical, right? And to be fair, the economy's changed a lot over the years. But man, you have to admit this has been an absolutely brutal past what 3 4 months ever since we had that tariff announcement in October from Trump against China. We've just been coming down, and that's been it, right? So we'll see how this goes. Hope you all have been having a good day, regardless of what's been happening on Bitcoin here. But hey, Will, happy to see you. Will to the fee, happy to see you. Always happy to have some women in here because this is definitely a man-dominated area. And hey, Larry, happy to see my man. Bought a lot of Dogecoin. Oh, it was on a discount today. That's for sure. And hey, what the cheese fries? Happy to see my man too. So let me hop on over here. Oh, Loki wants to say hello. He just ate his last treat this morning, but he's gonna get some chicken when I cook it later on. Come here. Look, where's Loki at? Where's Loki at? Oh, Loki, you want to say hi? Where's Loki? Hey, mate. Loki. He has to get a toy because he's overstimulated. All right, but anyway, let me take a sip of water here, then we'll dive in. I knew this was going to be a longer stream, so I didn't even bother to make tea today. Where's Loki at? Oh, do you have a ball in your mouth? You want to say hi? No, he's just happy to be alive. Okay. Uh, and hey, Andy, yeah, this is definitely a bad day for crypto. Just a bad day. Oh, get the fuck out of there. That's not the monitor we need to see. We're not checking out CNBC videos today. I mean, we are, but we're just doing a bunch of other stuff too. So, because this is going to be a longer stream for me, and I need to be able to focus with you guys, hold on. There you go. I'm basically no. My Sony headphones are too advanced for me. Oh my freaking god! They're doing that thing where if you talk, they turn off the music. And who? No. Oh god, no. I have so many headphones, and I thought these ones would be the best ones to have, but apparently not. Oh well. Yeah, if I can't talk, what's the freaking point? Sony headphones. I pay all this money for these headphones, and Music Center, Speaker Connect. Maybe that's it. Does Bose Connect? Damn, I have a bunch of headphones in my house, guys, but these are the ones I like, and the other headphones are, I think, in my car. I have some Sennheisers and stuff like that. Sony Music Center, Sony Sound Connect. I think it's the Sound Connect one I need. But yeah, so good God, guys, this is gonna be a day because if I can't talk and have music, I need the music bad. Let me see. There you go. Well, while we're doing this, let me just dive in and kind of show you where we're at. We are down below 2021 levels. It is a depressing sight. We've had a full capitulation. I mean, month after month, we've been coming down, and the stock market isn't really there with us. This is the stock market, right? Now the stock market's teetering, but it's not there. Nasdaq's teetering, but it's not there. And the Dow Jones is doing just fine. Silver's having a crash, but it had a run up, so we're fine with that. Gold is having a little bit of an issue, but again, it had a massive run up, so we're fine with that. And it's not by the lows, right? It's gold, silver, not at the lows. Dow Jones, not anywhere close. Same with everything else. Even the Russell, as bad as it is to like 1.5%, it's not that bad. Bitcoin right now, his Bitcoin dominance going down. Bitcoin right now is just having a rough time. So once I figure this out, yes, click to my Bluetooth devices. Because I got to figure out how to get this setting thing working. Continue. Oh, it's a paid thing for that one. Okay, that's not the one I need then. Oh, guys, I should have postponed this for another hour, but I felt like there'd have been some crazy stuff going on. There you go. My XM 500. Okay. Later. See that restoring. Go to tutorial. Close. Ambient sound, noise canceling. Yes, noise canceling. Oh, noise canceling is amazing. No, what do you... Ambient sound control. Depth of sound off. Device settings, sound quality. Speak to chat on. There you go. Now, there we go. Oh, I hate that you had to go to an app to do all that, but technology is good to a degree. I can't hear anything out there. Oh, it's so beautiful. All right, yeah, I'm blasting R&B right now because we're gonna be talking for a minute. Is Josh trying to go to 6-7? Oh, Jesus, I know, right? I know. All right, so I thought we would have an opportunity to buy certain dips, right? And we did stop there for a freaking few days, but it wasn't really that much, right? No, not even a few days, was it? Yeah, a few days, and that was it. All right. Now, next up, our support level, if it gets that bad, is going to be around $60,000, and that's not fun at all. I mean, at all. I think if we would have doubled down and add another one on here, we already passed through these ones, of course, because this one scrunches them up a little bit more. I hate when you put something on the screen and it just ignores the fact that oh, it added it on top of this one. I was like, where the heck did it go? There you go. I thought we would have some opportunities to buy some dips. Nope. I mean, we're having stopping events. It's recognizing that there's a support level for most of them, but we're not seeing any of that action. Look at the 4-hour chart. Barely 2 hours. Didn't even hold that much. So one of the... There you go. Pull out this very fast. I know momentum is bad and stuff like that. We've already talked about the monthlies and weeklies so many times. I'm not going to talk about that. Well, actually, I will for a second. If you want to come back to cryptocurrency and you're kind of mad at it right now and you want to figure out an opportunity for you to come back in and be happy with it, you're probably going to wait for the weekly charts to turn back to being bullish. When they start to have a crossover and the monthly chart is starting to look like it's a little bit oversold, I think that's when most of you guys will come back in there. Now, as far as the daily chart's concerned, we're still bearish here. There hasn't been a buy signal yet. We're hoping for one, but the last buy signal we had was back here, right over here. We haven't had a buy signal since then. It's been atrocious. Again, the last one was back in December 31st. It wasn't even this year we had a good buy signal. The 4 hours, we had some crossovers right over here, and it just kept on coming down. I don't take these trades, as you guys know, because I want to have the fall and reversal, not a full capitulation momentum movement. But when you know that it's bearish, right, since they're... The 15-minute charts are still your friend, and you can see... crossover right here, crossover. Oh no, that was too late. Crossover right there. No crossover. So crossover at 4:30, crossover at 5:15. 5:15 is here. There was your sell signal right there, shorting it. But of course, if you're gonna short from there, yeah, there it is right there. That was your target. But you have to know it's crashing. Otherwise, you have to go with something a little bit longer term, like a... Yeah. Wait a second. Oh, I messed it up completely. What time did it cross over? 5:15? Yeah. There you go. There's your steps, 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 steps. And not even a step right there, Jesus. But point being, the trading strategies are still working off. So if you guys have been shorting at 2:15 in the morning, which obviously I was not, I was in bed. Just saying, if you follow my strategy, it's still working pretty darn freaking good. Just so you know, now maybe I need to stay up a little bit later. I think what I want to do, when things lighten up is start to do some longer term streams. Today, you guys know, I normally can't do more than a stream, an hourly stream a day right now. But I'm thinking I'm just going to try to wing this one out as long as it takes. But that's why I have the headphones on. I'm actually give a consistent effort today and see how long this can go. Because I've already did my trades for the week. They were mostly a few days ago, but this is a this is a horrible time to be in the markets. Now, Tom Lee is underwater now, about almost $9 billion. Yeah, I mean, again, that was the one complaint I heard people say, and I guess I said it too, is why would you be starting this so late and close to when Ethereum is close to all-time highs? It doesn't make much sense to do that. But, he drank the Kool-Aid like everybody else, about believing that Ethereum could hit some crazy level. Remember, a respectable level for Bitcoin this year, from people that were having thoughts back in 2021, 2022, was anywhere between 100,000 and like $160,000. Right. I was originally around like $120,000, but when I saw Trump win the election, I was like, oh, okay, if we're boosting up this much just from him winning and we're having some laws, I moved my price up towards $160,000. I should have just stayed my ass where I was in the first place. Albeit, I was lucky that I started to sell Bitcoin at $60,000 from the ones I bought back over in 2022, right? I was kind of mad that it kept on going higher after I sold it, but you kind of expected by like how fast it happened, But in hindsight, selling it Bitcoin at 80,000 bucks doesn't seem like a crazy idea. But for me right now, I would say overall, it's not even that much about Bitcoin, because most of my retirement, like long-term Bitcoin holdings, they're not retirement, they're like long-term holdings. I don't really care about Bitcoin dropping 20%, 28%, 30%, whatever it is. I don't care about that necessarily, because I know Bitcoin's going up over the long term. But, Ethereum is down quite a bit, sure. Dogecoin's down a little bit right now, sure. But, every token below maybe 30, oh God, I don't see the point of it. I mean, gold is still fine, but let me see. Anything else making moves right now? I mean, the funny thing is, there used to be a bunch of billion-dollar market cap tokens, and now if you're below 53, that includes stable coins, you're below $1 billion market cap. Even Matic is below $1 billion market cap. I'm glad I sold this off, though. I sold Matic off a long time ago because it was just being so bad. Right? I sold it back over here. No, back over here. And it's still going down further. Not that I had the best selling price, obviously, but it was one of those things that I made money on back in 2021, and I was hoping I can do it again. So, how are the low market caps? Like Kite went down today as well. Iris is still going strong. That's good to see right there. That's it. Where the other tokens go? Well, that's fine by me. I guess right now we're just in a bad spot. Now, if you look across the board, everything is down today, but not nearly as bad as you would think. You can see the big news story on CNBC is crypto falling. I'd love to see what Tom Lee had to say about it, but I don't think YouTube will let me play the CNBC video. Bob's Discount Furniture opens up at a 17 share and a muted debut. Okay. Let's see. Let's see right here. Whatever the fuck this song. There you go. Google parent Alphabet shares fall 5% after earnings beat. Here's what's happening. Damn, yeah. Qualcomm stock dropped 7%. Yeah, everybody's just moving out of tech and moving into other spots in the economy right now. This was a huge story. The layoffs in January. This is one of the reasons I believe we're falling down today. Hey Willify, I think it's XRP. I'm happy to buy the dip on it if you're thinking long term, but if you're thinking short term, it's going to be rough. Bitcoin's hitting a support level right now. We'll go back to talk about it here in a second, but like whenever the momentum is bad, I typically don't try to buy too much for the bumps anymore. I typically wait for momentum to settle down, flip around, and then I'll kind of ride that wave to the high side. Even if the daily chart turns bullish on Bitcoin, I'll be a little bit more excited. But right now, it's like bearish across the board. I'll pull up that Canva thing here for you in a second. There you go. But here's the news I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Layoffs in January were the highest to start a year since 2009, Challenger says. Again, we don't got to go through all the data here. Actually, maybe we should, because this is actually a pretty big thing. Layoff plans hit their highest January total since the global financial crisis, and I should say layoff plans, they haven't happened yet. While hiring intentions reached their lowest since the same period. Outplacement from Challenger, Gray, and Christmas reported Thursday. U.S. employers announced 108,435 layoffs for the month, up 118% from the same period a year ago, and 205% from December 2025. The total marked the highest for any January since 2009, while the economy was in the final months of its steepest downturn since the Great Depression. At the same time, companies announced just 5,306 new hires, also the lowest January since 2009, which is when the Challenger began tracking such data. The crisis recession officially ended in March 2009. When the recent narrative centering a no fire labor market, the Challenger data suggests that the layoff part of the equation could be stepping up. Generally, we see a high number of job cuts in the first quarter, but this is a high total for January, said Andy Challenger. It means most of these plans were set at the end of 2025, signaling employers are less than optimistic about the outlook for 2026. To be sure, if employers are stepping up plans to furlough workers, it hasn't been showing up much in the official government data, right? So, a lot of layoffs planned. That's not good. Let's see right here. Some high-profile layoff announcements have boosted fears of wider damage in the labor market. Amazon, UPS, and the Dow recently have announced sizable job cuts. Indeed, transportation had the highest level from a sector standpoint in January, due largely to plans from UPS to cut more than 30,000 workers. 30,000. Technology was second on the back of Amazon's announcement to shed 16,000 mostly corporate-level jobs. Planned hiring dropped 13% from January 2025 and was off 49% from December. 49%. So, in a separate report Thursday, the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that job openings fell sharply in December to a 6.54 million, a slide of 386,000 on a monthly basis and down more than 900,000 from the October level. Openings are now at their lowest since September 2020. All right. It's crazy how all of this stuff always comes about once the Fed stops cutting rates. But I don't know. This is why I don't like Jerome Powell. I have a different vision of the market than him. We had talked about this before he started cutting rates again. I was more like vocal about it because I was like, bro, cut rates now. Frick, cut rates now. The economy is not doing great in terms of the jobs, right? I think it's because people have been getting second jobs. I think that skews the data a little bit. I honestly think that's what it's been. But the Fed they just look at the data a little bit differently than me, right? But at the same time, guys, we're just going into this rotation where everybody's moving away from tech and they're moving into other sectors, which is fine. We'll deal with it when it comes, as it's happening here. But we haven't tipped over into a massive, I don't want to say crash because we're already crashing, but like a massive 2022 style event where we're going back down to like 30,000 or something like that, right? We haven't hit that level. There are some things that could maybe make things better or worse. Larry brings up a good point right here. Unless Iran is attacked, I think we are attacking Iran though. I don't think we're going to war, but I think we're going to do strategic strikes, and that'll have an impact for sure. Let's see. And of course, everybody's freaking out about Bitcoin. I just want to read this very fast. I mean, let me go over here to X. And on top of that, this is where Bitcoin is right now, right? Everything's bearish. You don't really feel the need to be doing too much buying. There's just not a need for it. Maybe we'll switch it up a little bit. Satoshi Epstein Nakamoto. I know, that's the crazy thing right there. That's crazy too. I haven't even looked into that story, but I've heard so much about it already. Let me pull this back a little bit. Like, here's Tom Lee's. I'm going to actually go over here and do... put my head larger. Need to bring back my green screen. That's what I need to do. And thanks for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. Let's see. Opus 4.6 is trending, I see. Wait, including Claude Opus 4.6. Oh. Wow, I'm gonna try that later on today. Claude. Okay. But going back to Tom Lee here. No, he hasn't been retweeting today at all. Yeah, he hasn't been on Twitter at all today. He's gonna get slammed. He's gonna get slammed here today. Now let me see. Meanwhile, my eviction company is up 30% this week. Oh yeah, what do you call? No, there are a place to go. You know, like, remember when all this shit started back in 2022? I told you guys if the economy is going to be rough for a while, you know what I'm investing in? I'm freaking investing in Wally World. Walmart been a saving freaking grace since 2022. Oh my god. Yeah, Wally World. You gotta like, if you could obviously see trends are shifting and people don't have as much money as inflation, and you know the government isn't really going to do a good job of it. This is the Biden and the Trump administration right now. Oh, boom! You better believe people are going to be shopping at Walmart. Look at that freaking chart right there. Yeah, there's definitely spots to go right now. I'll pull up FinViz here in a few minutes. I'm going to see what people are talking about X. The only thing I don't like about X is, like, it's giving me stuff from yesterday. I don't give a fuck about what happened yesterday, right? I want to see what happened today. And I hate it. I hate it. Let's see. January. Epstein email claims the gold in Fort Knox is completely missing. Yeah, here's one from 3 hours ago. I don't understand why there's nothing. Search settings. Advanced search. February 5th. I can't believe I have to freaking do this, though. This is fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Like, I should be able to just... X, you're failing me so much. And there's nothing about Bitcoin from today. I fucking hate X. It's such a bullshit product right now. Oh, God. Walmart hitting a $1 trillion market cap this week. Yeah, I heard it. That's when I went back to my my account. I was like, ooh, I feel like I should scale some out, but I feel like I don't want to scale any. I feel like I want to be greedy with Walmart because I had to chuck some money in there. But I was also buying stuff like what's that company called? I sold it already though. It was a small shipping company that was kind of basically like all of its money came from Walmart, and it did pretty well too. But let me pull up this here. Nope, that came up over here. That's fine. Multiple monitors, multiple open up spots. Stock market's not doing great, but you can see Avgo's up a little bit, but Avgo had a really bad week, really bad month actually. But let me see. USA. I don't want to go through anything crazy here. I just want to have a large market cap over 10 billion, and I want to show you guys. Let me just do this. There you go. You got a few companies that have been doing well this year, right? They're still out there. I know you guys may have to get in here in the details and stuff like that, but they've been doing well. Some have fallen down recently, like Applied Materials, like semiconductors. That's part of the tech trade right now. But drug manufacturers, they're going high. Semiconductors, obviously part of the tech meltdown. Medical is still doing fine. Software not doing great. Utilities is doing fine. Consumer electrics, Apple, they had a big little pop, yeah. So lots of opportunities, I would say. Don't knock out the market. You just got to move your money around to these places where not many people know about it. Oh, Ball Corp packaging containers. Actually, they're having a good old time right now. Biotech isn't doing good. I don't like biotech. I never traded it, but oil and gas, engineering, construction still doing fine. Yeah. Communication equipment. This thing's been just riding up like a nice little thing. Sienna. Integration, freight, and logistics still doing fine. Yeah. Point being, if you can fine tune this down even more to find certain stocks and stuff. You want to look at different sectors and whatnot, different exchanges, whatnot. But there's lots of stuff, as you can see, that have been doing well. It's just a matter of like, oh god, you gotta do the work for it right now. All right. Let me get out of this very fast. And let me just go back over here to the main. Silver plunges 12%. Can someone explain to me, like a 10-year-old, how Bitcoin has gone down $32,000 with no bounce in the past 14 days? We had holds. We didn't really have bounces. I'll grant them that, though. Let's see. Crypto is done. Yeah, there's definitely not as much volume here. Most of it's all levered up right now. Here's Bitcoin's 15 right now. And we're just coming down right now. It's not even a pleasant time watching it come down. Let me pull up something over here. Because let me go over to ChatGPT. Finds news from only this week of February 2nd, 2026 about why Bitcoin is crashing this month. There you go. There's going to be a lot of technical reasons and stuff like that, money moving around, yada, yada, yada. But I just want to see if there's any news happening. There you go. It's thinking. It's doing all those long thinking things. If there's any charts you guys want to check out, let me know. I'm just going to go to the list right now and do auto. Let me go 15-minute chart so we can kind of see the carnage a little bit better. No? 1 hour chart? 4 hour chart it is. Wow, yeah. I mean, if that's what Bitcoin looks like, Well, the crazy thing is Bitcoin is down 10%, but most altcoins are actually down around 10, 12% too. So it's not like Bitcoin is going down so much less than altcoins. Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, Dogecoin, Trump. Ooh, Trump. Melania, Whiff, Bonk. Is there anything doing good right now? I don't think so. XRP's down 18%. They're having a big drop. But I think we had talked about this before. They were already at the support level getting, or not the support level, excuse me, I should, right there. And they just broke through it. Let's see. All right, let me see this very fast. Chili's was doing okay. Now it's not. Ooh-wee. Oh, I went to weekly charts by accident, yeah. Weekly charts and the 4-hour charts look almost exactly the same. That's terrifying. World, yeah. Yeah, this is some rough sailing right here. Now, as far as one of the reasons here, oh, and hey, RW, happy to see my man. I think I could use about 10 gin and tonics today, getting pretty damn worried. Oh, it's definitely a bad day, that's for sure. I'm going to have a single Corona. No, not Corona. I'm going to have a single, what are those beers? I'm going to have a Coors Light Banquet. I only have them once a week. I'm going to have a Coors Light Banquet this week. So I went over to ChatGPT. I just wanted to ask a little bit more detail so I can actually explain it to you without having to like ramble a little bit. So number one is a broad risk-off move and forced de-risking across markets. This is kind of tied to tech overall, but it was happening a lot more with cryptocurrency. And it says, moves into other assets, including precious metals. Now, number two, number three, number four, number five, I think are much more important, if you will. So number two is the macro policy understanding and tighter liquidity fears. This is, again, we have Jerome Powell coming out here and saying we're not going to be cutting. And then we have a horrible layoffs report saying, hey, we're the worst layoffs report since 2009. They probably should still be cutting, which means the Fed might have fucked up a little bit. But they when I say fuck up, it doesn't mean they don't have time to fix it. It just means they fucked up and they need to make sure they fix it by the next announcement. Now, macro policy uncertainty and tighter liquidity fears. Multiple reports this week tie the crypto drop to worries about U.S. monetary policy staying tighter for longer, including market anxiety around Federal Reserve leadership expectations and what it implies for liquidity. Next up, you have weakening demand, institutional inflows, basically people coming the ETF crowd pulling out of Bitcoin a little bit here. Again, kind of following off number one. Number four was interesting, the liquidation cascades from leverage. Axios reported that over $3 billion in forced liquidations over the past 8 days, which is consistent with the pattern of leverage getting flushed out as price breaks key levels. And the confident shock of the pro-crypto narrative stalls. Also because the bill that they put forward wasn't as good of a bill as I think people were hoping for. It wasn't nearly as good. All right. Sell your crypto, we're all going to die. Me. Yep. Oh, that's Scott Jennings. Oh, this is my personal feed. I was like, why this? Yeah, let's see. Everyone holding? Yeah. But it's in an even slower motion than that. Alright, well, there we go. Back to Bitcoin, back to the 5. We'll see if we can find some support here, that's for sure. Tom Lee, the crypto king, thought he knew it all, bet heavy on Ethereum. Now he's taking the fall. 9 billion vanished. His empire is a joke. Crypto is a cruel lesson. Even the mighty can choke. I mean, that's why you don't get all levered up and stuff like that unless you're able to buy at the bottom. One of the crazy, like, we've talked about this. Let me just, I want to remind you guys. Right now, we're bearish across the board. I just, let me just actually freaking, let me save this freaking thing, even though, well, no, I'm not going to save it because I know we're not going to, it'll change here eventually. Right. Momentum across the board for crypto. I'm talking about Bitcoin, thereby cryptocurrency, is bearish. Now, the monthly is bearish, and we don't even have the freaking monthly on this chart thing I got here, okay? Monthly's bad, weekly's bad, daily's bad, and 4 hours bad. Over time, you're going to see the 4 hour creep to bullish, then the daily, then the weekly, then the monthly, right? Now, if you want to be levered up and you want to get into cryptocurrency and you want to do it in a very levered up way where you're levered up, but you're also going to be holding for years, it's a different type of mindset. What you're doing is waiting for the crossovers to happen over here, right? I wait for the stochastic and the RSI. Those are good enough for me. And then you can see they crossed over right here, not at the bottom over here, but right there. And you can do a levered up position and you can be very happy with the results until, of course, we tip over. I will say, though, for those who want a dollar cost average, which I think is a much easier way of going about it because you can buy and get a lower average than that, you're typically, let me just add another simple moving average onto this chart. You know, the 150, which I think we're probably below right now. Baby, 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 baby. So I got music in my ears. And I want to stick to the weekly chart. Whenever we're below this, I dollar cost average heavy. Dollar cost average, dollar cost average, right? Dollar cost average, dollar cost average. Dollar cost average time. It's dollar cost average time. But dollar cost averaging is a different mindset. You buy and you anticipate it going down even further, so you buy more and more and more. But when I see this, I'm like, well, shit, yeah, I'm okay with buying a little bit because again, I'm not going all in and buying like $50,000 of Bitcoin right now, $66,000. I might buy $500 today. I might buy another $2,000 next week. Depends on how fast we're crashing, how much we're crashing, and stuff like that. But for now, you know, it's just the first week. We haven't even closed down below it. I'm okay waiting a little bit. So, you know, I'm going to give my time for that. But if you want to, for the extra confirmation, you can always just add the MACD in here. And let me not do this for this chart. Let me just go over here. Where is the MACD? Yeah, we might be heading to 57,000. The MACD is always the last, but you can think of it as a longer term confirmation. But, you know, I'd rather get in a little bit here with a little bit more risk. But, you know, that's the golden time. Right now, this is a time for shorting. But, hold on. Let me see. Go over ChatGPT very fast. Fuck was I gonna ask it? So when did Tom Lee's Bitmine launch and when did they buy the bulk of their Ethereum? That's the question here. Because I can tell you it's probably not going to be at that price we were talking about when you're starting to see this shift. These are exciting times, Mikey. More opportunity every day. Oh yeah, there's definitely opportunity here. Definitely opportunity here. I'm not so upset about Bitcoin going down as it not hitting, like it not bouncing like I want it to bounce. That's what I want it to. I want it to be an orderly drop. It's not an orderly drop right now. But again, the day trades are still popping off like crazy. Like for today, guys, here. For today, we already know that everything is bearish, 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 right? The 15-minute is bullish right now. If we have another crossover that takes us above the 50 level on the 15-minute chart while the 4 hours bearish, the daily is bearish, all that type of stuff, I'll probably snatch it, you know? But the last time we had one was way back over here. So that was Wednesday, the 4th, Thursday over here. You know, we haven't been having too many of them. There was one over here, 11:45 p.m. right over there. That was a decent one. There was a crossover right here at 8:45. That one worked out to a degree, but if you look at 845, right, shorter term move, part of this trend that was happening here, so you might have had to sell the support, or you could have decided to stop loss here and let it ride. There's risk of all levels, but you know the 4 hour was still bearish, the daily was still bearish. So again, the momentum is just going to carry you to the promised land no matter what. But if you buy, you're going against the momentum right now, which is just, it's a very hard thing to do. It's a very difficult thing to do right now. All right. And a reminder out there, if you guys are looking to practice my trading strategies and stuff like that, I got tons of exchanges down below that have demo accounts if you want to try them out. I picked up pizza and root beer. That means crypto is saved and this is the bottom. Man, I'd really love some root beer right now. That's for sure. That's definitely for sure. I know I'm going to have air fried chicken tonight for dinner. But I'm hoping I can stream with you guys for multiple hours. But I haven't eaten since. I haven't eaten since Tuesday for lunch. All right, so I'm doing a little mini fast right now. And I'm going to try to stop drinking alcohol here pretty soon for like a month or so. We'll see how that goes. I tried to do it a few days ago, but one of the buddies, we call him Wild Man. He's a really cool guy. He, like, for the bar, like, this is a dive bar with maybe 20, 30 people in it. He bought like 3 rounds of drinks for everybody. And my friend doesn't drink, so I got his drinks. And this place pours, like, this place is a free pour spot. So every single is a double. So, yeah, he's a cool guy. Then he bought me another shot when I was talking with him later on. So, I'm going to try to stop drinking for a little bit. I've even switched off cigars to pipe tobacco. You guys, if you see me at the bar anywhere in Tacoma, Seattle, it's only pipe tobacco right now. It's freaking great. All right. So they announced their strategy on June 30th, 2025. Yeah. So the biggest clearly disclosed bulk buy was the week leading into October 19th, 2025. That's about as bad as it can be. October 19th, 2025. Let's go to Ethereum. October 19th, 2025. Woo! Yep. And that was a disclosed one, so they might have been buying before that too. Yeah. That means around 75.5% of their February position, was already in place by mid-October 2025. I mean, oh, I should show the whole chart. Woo, Tom Lee, he's sweating a little bit right now. He's sweating right now. Now, I thought it was going to come down, but I thought we might have something of a bump. I didn't expect the second wave of tariff threats that we had. That was rough. That was really rough. And I drew this all the way freaking in November. Damn. November. I must have been very pessimistic in November because I was just, oh yeah, it was the tariff stuff. I cannot stand tariffs these days. They fucking piss me off. Oh my God. I'm like having like PTSD withdrawals over tariffs. Not really, but you get the point I'm trying to make. Yeah, it's almost at pre-launch level, so you know there's like a SPAC or something that merge it together. Yeah, it's going back to really old levels. Wow. Wow. So let me pull this back here. Yeah, so I mean, they probably bought the worst possible time. But my point being, October 19th. From a purely technical perspective, you were already bearish, not a good time to buy. Bitcoin was at all-time highs, not a good time to buy. Monthly, you saw the momentum shifting. If you want to be frugal, it's not a good time to buy, right? So I'm just like, Doesn't it make much more sense to buy when all the carnage is happening? I know you want to open up a product when the hype is happening, money is being unlocked and stuff like that, but I think they could have bought in slowly. But maybe he just has a huge bankroll, you know what I mean? Maybe he just has a load of money, he doesn't have to worry about it. That can also be part of it, but I mean, just talk about the worst time to be buying assets for something like that, you know? Even though, like, you know, I don't know what my MSGR is on here. Same thing. Oh Jesus, I was in a bad mood November, December, wasn't I? I was seeing it, but I was still expecting a pop. I was still expecting some type of pop, and it just never came. Yep, I'm a few months too late. Yep, I was probably drawing some parallels from back in the day. Oh boy, and at least MicroStrategy is going to hit a support level here pretty soon, but that doesn't really matter because it really depends on what Bitcoin's doing. Yep, woo-wee. Going to be a fun time out there in the world of trading. There you go. But yeah, it's definitely not going to be fun. And hey, birthday was yesterday. Not sure if trading and nose beers go together. We'll see. Possibly use this as a part of my strategy. Well, happy belated birthday. I had a friend's birthday over there on not yesterday, but the day before yesterday. I only drank one shot over there to celebrate. Then I bought him a couple drinks. I bought him some bullet whiskeys that he likes because he has his own fire smoking kit thing. So he was lighting the shit on fire. I was like, "Ooh, look at that shit." But when I think about that, it was a kind of a surprise party, but like we didn't know who was going to show up, and it just got fucking packed in a dive bar. Yeah, it was definitely an interesting night to say the least. Don't stop drinking alcohol. It sucks. I tried New Year's resolution no drinking, and it made it to January 2nd. What do you call all this is transitory? Oh, I know. Dude, trust me, I know. And what do you call? I'm not gonna stop drinking for like ever. I'm just gonna stop drinking for like a month. For me, it's more of it helps my weight loss go along. So when I'm not eating and I'm doing all this stuff and I'm exercising, and my liver is burning fat and giving me energy and all that type of stuff because I'm in a calorie deficit. When I drink, it basically stops the process of fat burning in my body. And so it's just like I'm doing all this work, and now fucking alcohol, as good as it makes me feel, will move us aside. So I'm just gonna stick to pipe tobacco for a little bit, chill out, and then after that I'll be back to drinking. What do you call it? And hey, Jamrock, losing my shit. Oh, you are not the only person losing their shit today. It is a bad one. But we're gonna let me see this. Actually, what I do want to look into is the Rook King 12, whatever that name is. The True King. My bad, dude. My bad. I got my glasses on because I figured I was going to be talking for a while. I don't want my contacts to dry out. What's the story about? Oh, Satoshi and the Bitcoin creator Nakamoto. I hear it going around on the internet, but not sure where it's be detailed. And search news and Reddit, please. Yeah, it'll do that in a few seconds here. And Bitcoin looks like it wants to go down even further right now. We're about to hit support. Support right now is 65,258. 65,258. I wonder how the 5-minute scalps have been working out, though. Crossover right there. So we had a crossover at 9:10 a.m. That one worked out. Had no sell signal since then. 650, 645, so 650. 650 worked out. Crossover at 230, crossover at 240. These 5-minute scalps, pretty darn good. 130, 130, 130 stop loss there. You write it down. You had to wait for the breakdown. Ooh. Crossover right here, right here. That one wasn't that good. That's 1250. It would have hit your stop loss. Was there anything giving you a bad warning then? No? Oh no, just bad signal. Oh, the 1 hour is bullish in that period, but that's not enough to scare me out. That one bad trade isn't enough when you're looking at all those other trades that were working out well. But again, this is increased volatility. This is some crazy shit going on. There we go. And put this over here so I can see when it happens. Come on, Bitcoin, find some solid footing right here. I'll keep staking stats accordingly. You know, what do you call it? There's a lot of people doing that right now, especially because we just entered dollar cost averaging territory. And hey, Andy, vodka soda is a diet drink. I think I'm gonna drink. Well, normally when I'm there, I drink coffee. Like they. Do you know how they have those T10s? Let me see if I can find them. T10 restaurant. Um. 10 tea pourer. They make them look all fancy here, but I'm looking for the really cheap one. You know these things right here above my head, but like old, like they're like you see them at ma and pa restaurants all the time. It doesn't look as round and as fancy. It's just like a little thing that has a lid for it, and it pops up. Yeah, I said tea, so it thinks I'm talking about fancy stuff. What I'll do is I'll pour myself a cup of coffee with some creamer, and then I'll pour the tin. I'll fill up the tin, right, with a bunch of coffee. Then I'll take both outside, so I don't got to go inside to refill my cup of coffee all the time, or have the servers do it for me. Outside smoking a cigar, drinking a pipe, drinking coffee. Then after that, I move over to water. Yeah, this is there we go. These are the days, guys, where you want to be relaxed while watching this type of stuff. This is going to be a buying season here. It's going to take a minute for things to get better, that's for sure. Especially if these jobs numbers are as bad as we think they may be tomorrow, and of course the layoffs as bad as they are. Oh gosh, and Bitcoin's going down again. Bitcoin playing? Nope, Bitcoin just smacked down that support. Not even playing right now. Maybe get Dogecoin to under a penny soon, like I did back in the day, but sold them before the big pop. I sold my Dogecoin, half of my Dogecoin, back at 50 cents, another 10%, 60, another 10%. No, I never got to 70 cents, I believe. So, but yeah, I got a lot of hate. I will always remember how much hate I got for selling my Dogecoin at 50 cents. I sold a good chunk of that shit, but it was so much money. I was like, I want to go buy some cool shit. You know, somebody like me, we can make money every week, every day, whatever, and I can make money trading. And I can have a good lifestyle. I can have my fun. I can go out and I can do my stuff. But Dogecoin, it gives you a temporary amount of fuck you money. We're like, whoa, what am I gonna do with this? All right, brand new fancy OLED TV. Ooh, brand new $3,000 sofa that I still have to this day. Both of those things, right? Fancy slots for charging your phone, nice recliners, all that good stuff here. Oh, and it's comfortable. Oh, just great, right? TV still fancy, still nice. It holds up well to this day, even though I bought it back in 2022. Right? So I'm happy. I'm happy with what I'd spent my money on. Of course, like 60% went on savings and stuff like that. And I think I put 10% towards traveling for all the events I went to over the next couple of years. But it was just a different type of money. Feels like a bonus. I wonder how Tom Lee is doing. Most stressed guy right now. I haven't heard anything about him today. Let me see. Tom Lee. Here's Tom Lee Ethereum on Google. These are stories that I did from the last 24 hours. Tom Lee's Bitmine Ethereum holdings are down $8 billion as crypto crashes. Tom Lee dismisses suggestions Bitmine $6 billion Ethereum treasury paper. I just want to read the headline. Loss will suppress Ethereum price. Tom Lee Bitmine hits 7-month low. Tom Lee Bitmine hits 7-month low. Ethereum news, Bitmine faces $8 billion paper loss. I mean, and again, it's stuff from fucking days ago. Why can't it have stuff from today? X is getting worse in my opinion right now. It was fine a while ago, but it's just not good. The world of Tom Lee stopped making predictions. It's beautiful, but I'd like to see some technology over there. Tom Lee is responsible for billions in pleb losses on Bitcoin and Ethereum, but he's a genius in bull markets when all ships rise with the tide. Tom Lee's the best paid KOL to ever do it. Damn, he is getting some money. Yeah, this was let's see. How do I What platform is this? Yeah, I don't know where this is at. It feels like it's it feels like it's I wonder if he made this on Coinbase and had it be a custom one. You know what I mean? I wonder if that's what it is, because it looks like it's on not Coinbase, I mean, coinmarketcap.com. No, I don't see anything on it. Yeah, but I mean, whew. Again, this was not today. This was a few days ago. This is 5 days ago. This was updated 5 days ago, February 1st. McDonald's part time. $7.8 billion of unrealized loss. The only thing again is like, why did he buy it when he did? You know what I mean? Tom Lee is down $8 billion. Yes, $8 billion. Well, he better start putting out those messages saying how I'm in sound mind and I want to live and all that type of crap, because people are gonna be mad at him. And there's a lot of investors, that probably are losing a lot of money because of him as well. Now, as far as Bitmine, if it survives this catastrophe of going down quite a bit and crashing through this bear market, I will buy some, just like I will load up on MicroStrategy. I will load the fuck up. I will load up. But I have to wait for that to happen, right? 10x's are above our rare treat. Let's see. Set to the latest. Yeah, but latest sucks. When it comes latest, it's just everybody talking about it, right? See how it's just all the same junk coming out? There's so many bots that if you're in crypto, it just kind of does the same stuff. Tom Lee's Bitmine and Ethereum is rested currently $8 million. Why they got Jackie Chan in there like that? Maybe all I'll do is go to Bitcoin here. Ooh, I bought the second level in fear. Bitcoin 67,000. Continue to buy gradually in fear this will turn green. Bro, do you have leverage or something like that? That's fucking insane. What? I understand wanting to buy support dips with a stop loss and protecting yourself. I get that. Why would you buy when all momentum is going bearish with no support, like not with no support, but when everything's going bearish? Why would you buy that? I don't understand. Again, if you're dollar cost averaging, that's one thing, but he's not dollar cost averaging with that, right? He's not dollar cost averaging with that. Oh yeah, about Epstein. Where the frick did that go? So Satoshi Nakamoto is the username for Bitcoin's anonymous creator. It's a pseudonym. Nobody has proven who the person is or the group is. Okay. What's going on online right now, the late January to early February 2026, is basically two separate viral narratives that are getting mashed together. Satoshi sold 10,000 Bitcoin. This one started from a doctored screenshot that looks like it came from Arkham's on-chain analytics interface, claiming a 10,000 Bitcoin outflow from Satoshi's address. Arkham says the screenshot was manipulated and the data did not show a 10,000 Bitcoin transfer. Reddit quickly picked it up, and as you can see in the R Bitcoin, arguing whether it was actually Satoshi versus an early era wallet, and pointing out how fast the story mutated as it spread. Epstein files prove Satoshi was X and a couple fake emails. So this wave is coming from the U.S. Department of Justice. Epstein files document dump plus fake images that people are sharing as proof. A fake Bitcoin email that claims the Satoshi pseudonym was working perfectly and calls Bitcoin a little digital gold mine. Oh, okay. So just basically a bunch of stuff going on. Can you name all famous people that have gone to the Epstein Island? Epstein Island. Don't explain what they were there for, but all people that just went. Always curious about this stuff because, you know, what I do a lot of the times is you can have ChatGPT do a deep research project. I don't use deep research on like looking up stuff online. I use deep research for it to go into a PDF file and pull out everything. It may take hours. I mean hours for it to do the job, but it'll pull out everything. As long as the PDF is not so large for it to be uploaded to ChatGPT. Right. A little bit of a bounce right here, making some higher lows, lower highs and lower lows. Ooh. Tom Lee and the IQ guy are the biggest morons. Doesn't Scottie Pippen know Satoshi? I mean, yeah, that's just the way it is right now. I mean, like here, get out of here very fast, guys. I did this. Let me see if I can find it for you guys. This is my personal research. This wasn't something I was going to talk to you guys about because it takes so much time and it's so boring. Was this it? This is it. Okay. So, okay. So I gave it this the Digital Commodities Intermediaries Act. So this is what's going through Congress right now. Okay, and it's a large bill. Files no longer available, but it's a very, very large bill, as you might imagine. So explain the bill, the detail in this bill, the good, the bad, and the loopholes. All right. And it asked me some questions, and it said detailed section by section breakdown and all implications. And it did a full, deep research on this. Hello, boy. Did you want a head pat? Yes, there you go. You're such a good little boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I know. You're such a good boy. That's a good boy. So, and I gave it, as it was doing some stuff, you can kind of see what its thought process is. And I said, make sure to use the PDF I gave you since the bill was just there. It tried to ignore the PDF I gave it and just look online like a fucking little idiot. And then so I said, don't use the websites. And this is the breakdown of the whole bill. Okay. I'm not going to read this stuff to you. I skimmed this while smoking a cigar a couple weeks ago, like a week ago. All right. I'm going to start scrolling down a little bit faster. A little bit faster. It did all of that. Now, towards the bottom, it finishes up, and I do something with it as well. And I said, give me all the loopholes, good and bad things, please. Below is the full good, bad loopholes, analysis of digital commodities, intermediaries, strictly based on the PDF you provided. No outside sources are used. So the High Level Purposes Act, what's that here? This law creates a formal federal regulatory regime for spot and cash digital commodities under the Commodities Future Trading Commission, while attempting to draw hard boundaries between digital commodities, securities, payments, whatever. This is the first time Congress clearly assigned spot crypto market authority to CFTC instead of the SEC, because the SEC is corrupt as a motherfucker. Definitions, rulemaking, and scope. This is the most important and most dangerous part of the bill. Legal definitions for all this stuff, right? Protocols may design governance systems that appear decentralized. As long as no single party is provably in control, they can escape registration. Pretty cool. Groups acting non-pursuant to an agreement are exempt. Informal coordination without written agreements may avoid liability. Assets can move in or out of digital commodity stats via rulemaking. This creates future retroactive compliance risk. And then a bunch of other stuff in here. But like, when I use ChatGPT, and pretty soon I'm going to use Claude. Claude just came out with a new Claude today. I don't know if you guys saw this. Opus 4.6. I'm going to test it out later on today. Smartest model got an upgrade. 4.6 plans more carefully. Sustains agnetic tasks for longer. Operates reliably in massive code bases. I'm not using it for code, but it's cool that it does that. I like when something can be practical. All right. Right, 4.6. So it is the best. It is really, really good right now. And what I like about it, you see this little thing that says office tasks? That's me. That's what I use my AI for. I'm not using it for graduate level reasoning or visual reasoning and stuff like that. No. I'm using it for like office work. Let me pull this back a little bit. Pull this back a little bit here. I was seeing a little bit of a bounce in Bitcoin. Now I actually think that's some pretty good news here, because Bitcoin's down almost 11%, and now we're coming back up a tad. Now let me are we bouncing off the support from 2021 or what? Because there's so much chop in here, it's going to be hard. You know, because typically, I mean, if you wanted to, for those of you guys that have shorts that have been going on for a while since over here when the momentum started to shift, I know I was talking to a couple of you guys about this in the members chat, you know, maybe a bounce here, a bounce here, a bounce here, no bounce there. The next level is like $62,500. Maybe we hit that tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure, but with a 4 hour no bounce, 2 hour no bounce, 1 hour tiny bounce. Look how nasty these bounces are, though. Ugh. No bounce right there. Yeah. We're in full capitulation. Woo-wee. And I think if you even put that volume on like you saw on that TikTok or that X post. The data vendor doesn't provide volume data for the signal. Oh, you fucking kidding me? Wow, okay, well, fuck that. We don't need volume. Shit. There you go. The 4-hour chart looks green, even though we're only 10 minutes into it. I'm getting blown up by my group chat. I don't know what the heck's happening. Mmm. Wait, call Smoky Joe's fired my favorite server. I'm actually pretty pissed off by that. Smoky Joe's is a it's a cigar lounge in Fife, Washington. If they fired her, that's fucked up. She's the nicest lady they have in there. But she stuck up for the cigar people's right. She's kind of like the voice of like the people that the regulars there. If they fired her, shit, she had the voice for the black people in that native run casino, right? So it was a weird dynamic going on there because they don't like black people like that in the native casinos. But the black people that go there have so much money that they kind of keep that place alive. So yeah, they really stuck up a hornet's nest right there. Holy shit. Oh well. I guess I'm not going there for a minute. That is fucking crazy. Look on Jamil. What is Jmail? Jamil, what is Jmail? Yeah, Jeremy, I have no idea what Jmail is. I have no idea what Jmail is at all. Yeah, I have no idea what Jmail is. I'm old fashioned. I don't know. No idea what that means. Because everything XRP is down 20% right now. Yeah, it broke down completely. Sell signal right here when Bitcoin had its sell signal, so that was fine, but actually, what's trending right now? No real small tokens are trending like they used to. We have a $22 million market cap, but I mean, this is not the time to be launching any tokens right now at all. But that's why I was curious to see. Let's see. That's why I was interested in seeing those tokens that we had talked about, the new class from October, November, December, and January of the new class of tokens, because they had been doing well despite Bitcoin going down. But there's only a handful of them. Stable's down 20% today. I didn't make a video about that one, but it's down 20%. We had talked about it on here. Kite's down 11%. You can see how it's still good year to date, but down 11% today. Sentient up 0.3%, so actually kind of flat today. Interesting. Okay, that's a new class. Not as good year to date though, but good for the last 90 days. Is Seeker new? I haven't seen this one. It looks like it's up 41%, so it's probably jumped up the ranks quite a bit. It started back 121. This is a newer token right here. Web3 mobile device. It's a phone. Oh. Man, that app is going to be janky janky as a motherfucker. $500 isn't that much. Oh, only $250 in their SKR though. So if I go over here and I type this in, Oh, fuck, it's going up. It is going up. Shit. Ah, I was like, maybe if it's crashing, but I forgot what I was looking at. Oh, God. Could have been great. Could have been like, you know. Well, you know what? You just put $250 into it. You have 250. If it keeps on going up, you can definitely buy the phone using that. That's interesting. Protective case and screen cover, $25. Oh, of course they try to sell you. Wow. Yeah, interesting. Free shipping. Fascinating stuff we're looking at here. That's something tangible that could do well. Okay. Anything else here? So maybe Seeker looks fine. Maybe I should make a new I mean, what do you call buy the dips? This portfolio is. Let me see how everything's down today. Let me go to full view. We haven't looked at these in a minute. Remove watch list. Why can't I remove? Oh, it's my main watch list. Okay. I keep on going to the wrong section to kill my brain. Newest. October now. There we go. No. Create watch list. Let's see if I can do that right here. It's just so I can keep track of it. Jmail, all the Epson emails on a place is basically his email that has some tech notes created in a weekend. Oh, okay. I'll check it out in a little bit here. Back to 80K we go. Bitcoin dumping down to 64. A difference of opinion, I see. Ethereum broke down below 1900. Is that new or did it? Oh. No, never mind. Bitcoin kept on going down after that little bump. Yeah, so Bitcoin's breaking down too. Yeah, we're seeing a full-on drop. Well, I mean, while that's happening, here, let me just add this stuff on here. So I'll go back to watch list. And instead of buy the dips, I'll go new tokens, and we will make this our main watch list. I believe stable was part of it, even though it looks bad now. Yeah, December. Okay, yeah. Was this new or not? No, it's August 2019. That's way too old, yeah. Iris was one. See, we're already below $100 million. That is insane. DeFi app could be one. I guess we can. In June, no, that's too early. There's only a handful, but we have them there now at least. Because if you want to buy something and have some fun and have it be higher risk but not Bitcoin, these could be some options for you guys. The market caps, the largest market cap is 365 million. You know what I mean? It's not bad. And Jesus, we're still falling down. Let me go over here. No, I might as well do so. Yeah. Yeah, that's just not what you want to see from a Bitcoin chart, but here we are. You know what I mean? Seeker making a bounce. Oh yeah, Seeker looks like it's going to be a fun one to have look around with, or to trade around. Excuse me. But when I'm looking at stuff like that, I'm looking at that Seeker phone though. Yeah, Seeker mobile. So it looks like it's an Android style. It went viral back last year in August and November and stuff. 8 GB of RAM, 120 gigabytes of storage. Basically, they paid a bunch of people to shill that shit out of that shit. And it might have actually worked out. Who knows? Now you're talking about jmail.world. There we go. Oh yeah, I see Jmail. Oh, that's crazy. The context. Oh my god. Wow. That is insane. Can I search? Ah, Bitcoin. Ooh, Michael Whitman. Oh wait, it's searching. I think I'm clear. I think I'm clear. Yeah, I'm clear. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Oh no. Oh, Michael Ross. Oh, thank God. Wait, renderings of the pH at the Whitman pH. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Michael Wolf. Nope. Okay. Woo. Had me scared for a second. People had me very scared for a second. Anybody want to toss their name into the to the mix? New 2.5. Oh, volumes 10 and 11 of the DOJ's $1 million document are now in. Browse. Oh, yeah. So they get put a whole bunch of new emails in here. Wow. I I have to say I'm pretty much shocked about how like I love that somebody took the time to do this. I love that somebody did this. But you guys know I'm not in these freaking files. Uh Clinton. Clinton, working with Clinton flight details. Oh wow, yeah. A lot of Clintons in here. Clinton Carey. So, but I feel like they don't call each other Bill. It's like Bill Clinton and stuff like that, right? Monica Lewinsky, Me Too, has helped me re-examine the affair with Bill Clinton. The fuck? Of course, it's not there anymore. Donald Trump could beat Hillary Clinton. Rowdy night GDP debate. Wow. Yeah. But they were like, oh fuck, did I get rid of it? No shit. How do wait, hold on. Pull it back up here. Yeah, that's wild. Dumping to 63K now. No, it's not there yet, but it is heading that way. That's for sure. Alan Dershowitz, Bill Gates. Oh shit. Two Bill Gates was damn. Wait, G Vacation. Who the heck is that? I enjoyed the breakfast a lot. Oh, ooh. All that. I'm surprised somebody hasn't made an AI thing where they just say Bill Gates, they use Bill Gates' face and Jeffrey Epstein's face, and then back and forth and just reading the messages. Should I do that? No, I don't want to. I don't want to do that. I'd probably have a target on my head. I'm not big enough to escape the consequences of big people like this. Especially since Bill Gates is in my backyard practically. Yeah, wow. And there's Elon, Ehud Barak. I don't know who that is. Jelaine. Oh my god, I bet the. Yeah, that's crazy. Michael Wolf. Larry Summers. Ooh, it's spicy. Spicy, spicy, spicy stuff, I have to say. Very spicy stuff. And hey, Alan, time. Happy to see you, my man. Hope you've been doing very, very well. I'm going to pull up something here very fast. Let's see. How do I... There you go. Yeah. We're still flushing bit by bit right now, guys. This is just not what you want to see. Let me see the 1 minute chart. Still pushing down. But if we were to back up a little bit here. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Before we go any further, see that death cross right there that we talked about for months? See that death cross that we talked about there for months? I'm going to stick with that death cross for a while here. Okay. Next cycle, which is going to be years away, where we have a bearish move like this. Sear it into your memories, that death cross. Sear it into your memories. That was one of the main reasons I started to sell off a while ago, just because of that death cross. But the thing is, the fibs aren't doing shit for us right now. Not even that fib we're talking about. It's this fib. There we go. Bounced off for a week. Now, what about this next one? If you want to go with that, about 55,000. Ooh-wee. Let's see. It feels like we're just going to try to make a much bigger, higher low over here. But how far do we go down? That's the question. I will say that right now you do have the opportunity to start dollar cost averaging if you want to. I might wait a little bit here, but we're going to have a pretty violent bounce whenever we have a turnaround here. It'll be a fake out that lasts for about a month or two, but we'll calm down a little bit. That's good enough, right? When it's choppy, I know a lot of you guys prefer trading, but on that chop, you will have some buy signals and some selling signals. Because you got Ethereum over here, Solana over here, Dogecoin, Trump, Melania. Melania is actually not terrible. Whiff, Bonk, Baby Doge, Sheep, Book of Meme. Wow, Sheep is down almost to all-time lows. Pepe is not doing terrible. It's holding up a lot better than other stuff, but it's still crashing. Ever since the breakdown, it's been coming down. Floki really bad. Milady really bad. ADA. You know, there might come to a point where a lot of the tokens on my watch list here, we're just going to have to get rid of them because they're going to die off during this cycle, you know? Chili's is still going down as expected. No craziness there. AVAX had a breakout before getting rejected. But this was, you know, when you see stuff like those breakouts, it was the tariffs that caused all the chaos. Not the tariffs from 2025 May, April. The tariff threat against China for 100% tariffs back in October. That's what started all this stuff with Bitcoin. I mean, yeah, just look at that. Rough. And hey, Vegas Advantages, happy to see my man. Hope you're doing well. Sup, world, and Mike, another bloodbath. Oh, this is a crazy bloodbath right now. Crazy, crazy bloodbath. Let me see if I can pull this up. I'm having a busy day. My portfolio's not having a good day, but me personally, you know, I woke up, I did some yoga. I didn't force myself to stream too early. You know, we're going to be hopping on here for a minute. I'm just happy my Wi-Fi is holding up. I had to, like, not cuss out the Xfinity representative, but I was like, I pay a shit ton of money. I have your most advanced plan, and you're fucking having issues with my house. I was livid. Respectfully livid. Until I got to the manager. But what do you call it? You guys know that every now and again, my computer will basically, how do you describe it? It'll basically stop, like the upload will get jammed up or something. And I get pissed off because then my stream starts to glitch and whatnot. I'm like, you know how much money I spend on my internet, right? I give you guys a lot. And they're like, yes, sir. Now, how long have I been with you guys? I've been with you guys for a long time. So, like, don't fuck with me. I got a month of Wi-Fi off too, or not? Sorry, half a month of Wi-Fi off and credit. So I was just like, thank you, but like, I prefer we didn't have to get to this spot. I prefer you guys just give me the fucking service I paid for. So everything's been good so far. But I'm looking at all these tokens, man. A lot of these tokens are not doing that great. Ethereum Classic breaking down here at the lows we saw from back in June of 2022. Remember Ethereum Classic? What a rally that was. We're just not there anymore. Follow token. Even ICP never had a good move again. ICP was greed, though. They knew they shouldn't have opened up in the multiple hundreds. That was a fucking idiotic thing to do. Yeah, I thought ID token would actually have a move. Oh, was it the weekly chart? Yeah, we were having a little bit of a crossover right over here. But June never happened. We just kept on coming back down. It was horrible. Oh, man. Yep, so many altcoins lost me money this cycle. It was sucked. How's gold doing? Gold coming down a little bit more today? Yeah, gold's uptrend is demolished. Now we're going into a consolidation. Hopefully it can continue going higher. Silver is down 16%. Oh, God, yeah, silver just not pleasant. Dollar index isn't doing anything crazy right now. BMR, oh, look at that. That daily chart, it's still going down even lower. Oil is coming down a little bit, thank God, but really it's XRP. That thing is down 23% today. XRP is almost done falling. It should bounce from here. There's no way it's going to break down below the 200 in one day. And I guess it has in the past, hasn't it? Ooh. I still have to believe there's some support there. It usually honors it just a tad. Not even trying to hold the bounce right now. Not even trying to hold the bounce. Let me move my head over here. And let me see what I'm doing right over here. There you go. Okay. What are you guys talking about? Hi, Mike. What's the next level for Bitcoin? We've been breaking through all the clear levels. This is more of a capitulation thing than anything else. If you want to look at a next level of Bitcoin, there's a few that I would just have up on my chart. We were gonna have something like the like this over here, but we've already we didn't even bother to find support on it. Not that it's a great support level in the first place. You got one way down here on the high 40s, low 50s if you want to do that one. But if you're going off to fibs, which I was using until this point because the fibs were working, it'd be closer to down here around $56,000, and that's where you also see the 50-month moving average. Last time we capitulated, we didn't really hit it. This time we don't really come into contact. This time we bounced off of it. Over here we held support. So maybe that double effect may have something there, but for me, I already bought some up when we were dipping below the first Fibonacci level that we broke through. I already bought some up and lost money on that one. So I'd probably say for my comfort, I'd probably be sticking to the 56,624 level for Bitcoin. Now, it's my belief that right now, I don't think it shouldn't be as drastic as this. We'll have to see. But right now, maybe I'm a little too optimistic. I believe we should bounce somewhere over here, and that price should take us back up closer to the 70s. And whatever I buy down here, I'm selling right back over here before we probably take another leg down here. Especially if things get a little bit testier with all this crypto stuff going on, and we don't have the Fed cutting rates. That may lead to some bad stuff. One of the things besides Bitcoin, the overall market having a bad day that concerned me was that how do I describe it? Was that jobs number that we had, or that layoff number that we had from CNBC. They're not talking about it as much because Bitcoin, of course, is a crazy thing happening today. But Amazon has earnings today as well. Estee Lauder expects a $100 million tariff hit to hit full year profitability. Stock sinks more than 20%. Ooch. I don't buy Estee Lauder though. Cheaper tequila and canned cocktails were the only bright spots for booze during a rough 2025. With me having like 10, 15 bottles of alcohol on my cabinet right over there. How to pay off $20,000 in credit card debt. Peloton shares plunged more than 20%. Peloton is still there? They got rid of the layoff story. Yeah, the layoff plans. Here you go. Layoffs in January. These are layoff plans. It's not layoffs that have just happened or something like that. These are the planned layoffs. The layoffs in January were the highest to start a year since 2009. Oh. To me, that means that the Fed's supposed to be cutting right now. That's what it means to me. The Fed's supposed to be cutting, and they might have messed up by thinking that the economy was fine. We go off and on this channel about the Feds and the stuff like that. But I will remind you guys, the jobs market's been getting worse year over year. And now we're starting to go into negative, and they're still not taking it seriously. I'm a little concerned. But my hope is that when Jerome Powell is out, we'll find somebody else in there, or Trump's new guy, Warsh, whatever his name is, he'll cut rates. He might not even need to really push his fellow people to do it too much, especially if the economy is looking worse. Because if the economy starts to teeter downhill, you better believe. I mean, part of it will be the Donald Trump's fault. Part of it will be the Fed's fault. But, personally, I'll blame Jerome Powell because he had a big blunt-ass tool to keep the economy going, and he chose to ignore all of the signals that I saw. And I'm not some fancy-dancy, Yale-educated economist, right? I can look at generalized data, very, like jobs numbers, inflation data, hiring numbers, shipping goods numbers, all that type of stuff. And I can be like, I'm seeing a downward trend that looks uncomfortable, and I'm hoping that trend can go sideways. If the trend is going sideways, I'm okay with that. You can pause rates, but if the trend continues to go down and it's not hitting it, I'm concerned. And where I think I'd give Jerome Powell some grace here is, well, I disagree with him on it. It does take a while for the cuts to hit the economy, just like it takes a while for the increases to hit the economy. But if you knew that, you should have already been cutting a long time ago. The cuts that we're seeing, like let me pull this back up for you here. since we're talking about the Fed. So, how long does it take rate cuts to hit the economy? Do short-term, mid-term, and long-term effects. All right, no effects. All right, just so you guys have an idea, this is why I haven't liked Jerome Powell for a long time. Ever since transitory came up, and I'm like, bro, inflation looks like it's getting kind of bad. It's like, whoa, whoa. Actually, I think Larry was here too. Larry was like freaking ranting about Jerome Powell back in the day. Transitory. Ah, shit. Silver and gold. Yeah, we just talked about that. Wendy's, McDonald's, 7-Eleven store are closing. Well, yeah, they're going to close. It's been bad times. Man, I saw off where I used to live in the bad side of town. I was driving past there to go downtown a while ago, and I saw that the 7-Eleven closed because of too much crime. I was just like, the corner store closed? Holy shit. So, yeah, it's crazy. Here you go. So rate cuts affect the economy in waves because different channels transmit at different speeds. Short term, the one we're used to. Financial conditions and expectations move first. Markets typically reprice quickly, which can lower bond yields, increase credit spreads, lift equities, and weaken the currency. Mortgage rates and corporate borrowing costs can move within days to weeks, but pass-through depends on how much of the cut was already expected. Confidence can also shift fast, even before real activity does. That's what we're used to. That's when we talk about Jerome Powell and the rate cuts and stuff like that. That's what we're looking for. That's exactly what we're looking for. Next up is midterm. This is where things get a little bit more foggy. Real economy spending and hiring respond with a lag. Cheaper financing and easier credit standards tend to show up in interest-sensitive sectors first, especially housing, autos, and business investment. A common rule of thumb is roughly 6 to 8 months for the bulk of the growth and labor market effects to materialize, with housing often earlier and broader market measures later. Okay? Reasonable. Long term, this is 12 to 24 months, a year usually before this hits. Inflation and full macro adjustment takes the longest. The traditional estimate is about 12 to 24 months for peak effect on inflation, sometimes longer depending on supply shocks, fiscal policy, and whether the economy is demand constrained or supply constrained. Over longer horizons, persistent, easier policy can also raise risk-taking, leverage, and asset prices, which can help growth, but can also build financial stability risk if credit expands too fast. Right? I need to see if you're looking for proof, whatever. Let me go over and show you the jobs numbers again. Okay. Six to 8 months. And then I need to have Fed funds. We started cutting back September 2024, right? So, what? It's been about a little over a year, right? See how we're still in that overall trend and that hasn't shifted the trend? Right? Now, I'll give him some grace. Back in September when he started to cut rates, right? He didn't expect Trump was going to win the White House. Guarantee he didn't think Trump was going to win, right? 2 assassination attempts. They were trying to throw him in jail. They were fucking going after him. Like the system itself was going after him like he was a disease or something. But you can see, not good, right? That trend is still going down, which means it hasn't really been helping us much, or it's been helping from keeping things getting worse, right? From keeping things worse. But you're talking about the inflation, the supply shocks, all that type of stuff. That's a year down the road, and we're still feeling it, and that's for sure. I'm not a fan of Jerome Powell. March 18th is the next one. Unchanged. They better change it. But let me go over here. See me group. 77% chance we have no cut. 58% chance we don't have a cut in April. 49% chance we have a cut in June. Also, that's kind of around like 70%. See that 23 plus the 50, whatever. What is that? 75% basically chance we have a cut by July. Or excuse me, June. If the jobs numbers start slipping away again, because again, everybody makes their plans for 2026, they execute their plans for 2026. Again, not February. We don't have a meeting in February. We got to go wait for March. I would say we might see this shift to maybe 50-50, and I would like to see a rate cut in March. Maybe I'm panicking too much because the market's having a bad time, but I haven't seen. Well, no, I can't. Okay, here. CPI. CPI has been going up. Core inflation's been going up a tad, but not enough for me to worry, right? So this is the 1 year, 2.7, fine. Back over here, 2025, we're at 2.3. We've gone higher, but we've bounced out a little bit. Core inflation. There was the gap from the shutdown, but, you know. And their forecast is 2.5. That'd be less than where it is now. I believe CPI inflation ticked up, though, so let me look at that very fast. That's not the level I'm looking for. Yeah, ticked up to 3.3% from 3.1. Again, nothing other, like nothing crazy here, right? We have these all the time, little ticks ups. There you go. Kind of shows you where we're at versus where we were. 2.7. Back in Trump's heyday, 2.7, 2.9. Some around the same area. Not the same, but close, right? And you see core PCE year over year, month over month, year over year. This is PCE, last 5 years. You know, I can't say that inflation is like a really big worry at this moment in time. At least from what the trends say. I believe, so the Fed looks at data heavily, and they look at data month to month and all this type of stuff. I get it. I like to look at trends. That trend is saying we're going down, despite having a lot of, not a lot, but despite having rate cuts, despite all the tariff stuff, despite all the price increases that everybody was saying we were going to have, prices aren't booming and getting out of control. So, you know, I'm not optimistic. Oh my God, we're going down lower. Oh my dear Lord. Oh no, we're just basically really close to the bottom. Ooh-wee. Yeah, talk about some, let's talk about drama. That's basically what it is right now. There's a lot of drama going on in the market. When Bitcoin keeps dropping and hits 58K, would you rather do a 10K long on Bitcoin or Ethereum? Ethereum. But for me, again, I'm not even going to get bullish on Bitcoin for a minute until the 4-hour chart turns bullish. Then I may do some day trading on there. But the minute the 4-hour chart turns bearish again, I mean we're going for a roller coaster ride. Like, remember back over here, I told you guys if we hit a 4-hour bearish move, and there was two that happened. The first one was the crossover happened at 4 a.m. This crossover happened at 8 a.m. So 8 a.m. right here, there. That was your first sell signal. Watch out. Second one over here was at 12 p.m. This one was at 12 p.m. So 12 p.m. was right here. Watch out, you know? And we haven't had another sell signal since then. Mine have to be above the 50 levels for the crossovers. But despite that, you know, when you see that move, you know, at 12 p.m., go to the 15-minute chart. Bearish crossover right there below. That one was below. That one was below. Right here is the next sell signal that you guys had. Crossover at 12:30. Crossover at 12:30. 12:30 right here. You know what I mean? Like, the momentum will carry you there. You got to have a stop loss that's maybe even here, or most likely this old level of support that was there. But I mean, it worked. Next crossover happened right here. I think both these dipped down below, so I wouldn't have taken those. But it sucks having a trade that would have worked, but your system just doesn't allow you to trade it. crossover right here and right there. So 4 p.m., 4:30 p.m. So that's right here. Meow. You know what I mean? So, and at this point, I believe something was happening because maybe the hourly chart was bullish or something. Because you can see it start to shift. But let's assume not, right? This one right here, crossover right there. Is it 12:30? 12:15. That one did okay. You know, it's most like you got to be by a computer watching. But I mean, there was a crossover that happened right here above and right here. So that would happen at what, 11:30. That one worked, but it didn't hit your stop loss, but it came close. So it's more of just trying to figure out where it's going to hit. But right now, the difference is it's not hitting clear levels of support and resistance, right? Like, imagine you took that short over here. And you took that 12:30 a.m. short, right? Right over here. You'd be like, okay, I'm going to short over here. I'm going to wait for it to hit that next Fibonacci level because we already bounced off of it first. There, it just goes straight down. So by the time you're looking at it, like, oh shit, maybe should I sell here? Oh shit, a few more minutes go, oh, maybe I should sell here. Then you see that bounce, you probably sell into that and you take your profit. So you're making more money than normal, but you also, like, the system is messing up. Like, and I don't mean in a bad way, but I mean, like, I'm used to taking my profit and not letting it continue to go down further and further and further, right? But that's what's happening. We're just crashing and crashing and crashing. Normally, we're trading in an orderly market. This is not an orderly market, so everything is just much more vamped up. This root beer says otherwise. Yeah, Mo, let me know what happens. I'd love to hear what you do. I think it was the biggest single drop for Bitcoin. Probably was. I mean, right now we're down around $10,000. It's not pleasant. I'll tell you that right now. It's not pleasant. You know, here, Larry, cheers to your root beer. I'm drinking water. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's cold. Ooh, I don't know if that tastes like water. Hello. I know Loki's getting bored. He's like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, let me see right here. Did XRP's down 22%. I mean, Bitcoin's, I mean, here, you can see Bitcoin going down in real time here. Ooh, I mean, yeah. We're below 63,000 now. CNBC, I think, just talked about us being at 67,000. We're at 63 now. Yeah, it's bad. Oh, but everything else started to fall back down even more. The Dow Jones, S&P, all that stuff started to come back down. The 1 second chart. I mean, that selling pressure is crazy right now. Yeah. Nothing we can do. I'll go back over here. Except for just watch it go down and damn, those death crosses are efficient. But yeah, it's a bad day. Let's go. I go. Stable coins are doing great, everybody. I want you to know that stable coins are doing fantastic today. They are holding strong. You know what? We haven't had a stable coin scare. Worst on the top 100, the worst one is XRP. Then Leo, Monero, Stable, Pudgy Penguins, Polygon, SUI, Render, Ondo, Virtuous Protocol. Some blood in the water. Open Campus is bad. Ooh-wee. The one thing I'll give you guys as part of nods that I kind of learned from last cycle into this cycle, and we've talked about it maybe every blue moon or something, is remember all of the favorite meme tokens that we have right now, a lot of them will die into obscurity, and there'll be a new wave of them. So the ones that emerge during this crazy time, um, you know, if you see them like at 200 million market cap and they look like they're shooting up or doing something interesting, instead of putting another $100 into Shiba Inu, maybe I'll put $25 into that token and just kind of see what happens. And if it pops up a little bit more, I'll buy a little bit more. But just keep that in mind. There's gonna be a new wave of meme coins coming out over the next few months. Oh, this is bad. We're almost down to 62,000 now. There's no support. Nobody's buying. Nobody feels the need to buy really, unless they're like long-term holders here. But that's that's the way the cookie crumbles. I'm looking at my phone right now. Ethereum is down by 15%. Woo-wee. Let me see. I gotta put some different music on because this is driving me nuts. There you go. Ooh. I mean, a slight bounce. We'll take it. We'll take it at this time. But yeah, this is definitely a rough one right here. Well, what do you guys, is there any tokens you guys want me to check out, or what's going on here? Or do you guys want me to, we can talk about anything really right now, but if you want me to check out a specific token, please let me know, because at this point, we're just waiting for Bitcoin to figure out where its support level is at. We have a few ideas, but they're not really holding up as much. Right now, in terms of this week, the weekly charts, we're at a support level kind of right now, but that doesn't mean we're going to be able to guess the exact bottom. It means that if you buy next day or two, maybe you're going to have a nice little bounce, but, seeing a little bit of a move right here. Teeny bit. Pull this back up here, though. And force this up a little bit. Let me see what's going on right here. Let's see. I'm looking at all the videos about Bitcoin today, and I'm on Ricky Gutierrez. Watch this before Bitcoin drops below 70,000. Bitcoin dumped to 67,000. Bitcoin is in a free fall. Let's see. I'll make a video later on tonight when I go to the cigar lounge, that's for sure. Bitcoin plunges as fear levels rise. Yeah, everybody's waiting. Everybody's waiting. Ooh-wee. Still said about long-term crypto people. People are scared right now. Pateros Cosmo. That's true. I mean, that's basically how it is, right? That's basically how it is. We're having a bounce. That's the good thing, though. So I'm looking at this right now. And oversold. I mean, go over here to the weekly charts. I mean, yeah, that RSI is low. I want to remind you, though, we kept on going down even lower after the RSI started to bottom out over here. Yeah, I think the prudent thing is to wait for the momentum to shift back up. And I think what I got to do in order to make sure you guys see that, customization. Let's see. see. There you go. And then I'm going to shift my main video when you guys pop up back on my channel to the trading strategy one. And then hoping more of you guys can watch it so you guys will see exactly what's happening with my strategies here. Because so far, the strategies have been working out. It's just been chaotic as a motherfucker, you know? Because these, this is the right one. This is the very long-term one, yeah. Well, let's go back in time a little bit. Just for funsies here, because Bitcoin's still going down lower. I don't think we get down below 27,000. But let me put this back up here. Yeah, this thing didn't do squat. Oh, I guess technically now we're trying to bounce off of it, but I think people are grasping for hope right now, and that's what makes it so difficult. But we're back above 63,000. We're back above $64,000 right now. So you're seeing buyers all of a sudden come in here. So if you wanted to buy right now, go long, you could have a simple stop loss right here around 62,500 and let it ride and see what happens. It's a super high risk trade. Most people aren't going to do it, but if it's something you want to do. And of course, I got to keep on reminding you guys this because I'm going to forget. And one of them does want me to do it more often. If you guys are looking for a new exchange, I got some links in the description if you guys are looking for trading cryptocurrencies and stocks and assets and stuff like that. And of course, I have a partnership with OKX, which if you guys are new to investing and you guys don't want to use leverage, it's a non-leverage exchange, which I think you guys will like as well. It's only non-leverage in America. If you guys are outside America, you guys can do whatever you want as far as leverage. But in America, no leverage. So if you want to trade without getting all the craziness of leverage, there you go. I'm doing my share. I'm buying just not enough to matter. Man, the people buying enough to matter are still shitting themselves right now. Right now, Lisa, they're still shitting themselves. Remember, if we go over here to X, pop this up here. Go over here. Let's look at Tom Lee. I bet if we do something went wrong. It says something is wrong. Didn't I just say I fucking hate X? I think it heard me. I think it's watching my stream right now and it knows I don't like it. Hey X, I love you. Please be good. Can I go to his account at least? Okay. No, he hasn't retweeted anything from today. But see, what happened was CNBC, YouTube, he came out the other day and said Bitcoin was bottoming. And see, this is why I think momentum matters. Momentum did say shit about Bitcoin bottoming out. It said Bitcoin was bearish and we have an opportunity for a bounce. That is not the same as bottoming out. Oh my God. The fuck? How much insurance is... They just fucking splattered a bunch of bullshit on CNBC television. How to spend less... Damn, they're trying to become freaking personalities on CNBC, and that does not work. The algorithm will punish you like a mofo. As they have 8 views in the last 55 minutes. Let me see. If you see Tom Lee shout out 2 days ago. All the this is 3 days ago. 3 days ago. All the pieces are in place for crypto to be bottoming right now, says Fun Shred's Tom Lee. Right? That's a 5-minute video. You guys can go watch it after we're done streaming here. But you know, that was not a good call. Again, we're still booming back up here, so Bitcoin bottom confirmed. Let me see. Put this back over here. There you go. We are seeing a pretty good bottoming effect right here off of Bitcoin. Not to carry off of what Tom Lee's stuff is doing right here, but can I search for it now? I can't. X. What if I open up X on Firefox? Oh, I have to like know my account password and stuff. Okay, well that's not happening. That's not happening. But 3 days ago, momentum is bearish. This is the 1 minute chart for Bitcoin. Again, it is a pretty violent move. In the last few minutes, like 15 minutes, we've gone from the low of like 6,200, 62,300, back up around 3.5% to 615. You're starting to see buying appetite come in here. Again, you're choosing to buy right here, which is something, I suppose. We'll see how long this lasts, but it's a high risk buy if you guys are trying to do it. Very much a high risk buy if you guys are trying to do it. But I like the fact that we are having a pretty violent bounce right now. We'll see what happens next. Trump needs to issue executive order banning the sale of Bitcoin. Oh my God, if he did that, that'd be hilarious. And hey, Charmander, happy to see my man. Everybody's going crazy. That's what's happening. My mom threw me out of the house because I bought more today. Oh, Jesus. I want a lawsuit. I'm getting 20K. It would be nice if Bitcoin dropped to 19,500 so I can finally be a one coiner. I own more than a few coins, and I wish I would have sold them at all at 126,000 and paid the taxes and bought them back now. But it's long-term stuff. I never fuck with my long-term stuff. As bad as Bitcoin is, you know, I've been through this process a couple times, right? But poor XRP. I mean, that's really the bad one of today. Dogecoin's sitting around 9 cents and it's trying to hold, but I don't know if it will. It probably already failed. Yeah, it already went down below 9 cents. Woo. We've been here before. Oh my God, we've been here a lot of times. It's just the way it's been going here. But let me pull this back out a little bit more. Let's see. Yeah. Well, at least there's some news. I'm gonna be putting out some videos and stuff for you guys later on. Bitcoin dropped 13% drop, breaking below 64,000 as self intensifies. Doubts about crypto grow. Is there any new news here? Amazon earnings are out. Here are the numbers. Okay, that's not telling me anything at all. AMZN. Oh shit, Amazon. Whoa. Whoa. They dropped about 10-12% off of that shit. 10% at the low, it was 11%. Whoa. Amazon crashing. Damn, man, we got Bitcoin 2.0 over here with Amazon. Ooh. Well, let's see if the buyers come back in to save the price action, but that's not good. That's not good at all. Oh, it was already going bearish into earnings. Oh my God, this thing has been falling for a minute. Yep. Well, that was confirmation for something. Now, what did they fuck up on? The earnings missed. They missed on earnings. Amazon. New CEO is fucking up. The new CEO is fucking up. I want to see the updates. Okay, let me just go. Let's go to X. I swear X. You better let me search for Amazon. There we go. Yeah, they're below the estimations. Wow. There's no Amazon. Oh no, Amazon after earnings report. Yeah, it's bad. Okay, I don't know what the fuck all this shit is. Okay, Amazon might be a little bit hard. Tom Lee. There you go. I like how they're bringing out the old bad photos. Ooh, $9 billion lost. Oh shit. Yeah, they fucked that shit up bad. I'm gonna make a whole separate video about this. Oh my god. But Amazon, it's trying to climb back up. That's not good for Bitcoin's confidence at all. Not good at Bitcoin's confidence at all. And hey, Hira, I'm happy to see you, man. Hope you're doing very, very well. We're doing a little bit of a longer stream today. And it's definitely a bad day for crypto. Wow, I'm surprised. Sorry, not about crypto. Crypto, we already knew was going down, but I'm surprised by Amazon's miss. I know they got a new CEO, but if he doesn't fix things, he might even be a good CEO, but he's gonna get fired because the stock price is going down and people aren't gonna like him. So they're gonna find somebody of equal level of him and they're gonna put him in his place. And by the time the market turns around and Amazon starts to go good, they're like, oh yeah, he did all the good stuff, right? Yeah. Let me pull this back a little bit. Yeah, I'm fascinated by this, but Amazon just getting demolished here. Hmm. Hopefully we can try to hold. Yeah, I'm looking at everything. That's just rough. So another death cross happening right there. That's fine. The weeklies. Yeah, that death cross, man. That death cross we had back in January. Shit. Shitaroo. Well, next cycle I'm gonna be screaming about the death cross. I'll be screaming about it again. It's already had its part now, though. Amazon getting smacked hard. Oh, dude, we just talked about that. It is definitely getting smacked up hard. And there's nothing that we can do about that. They missed on earnings. They missed on earnings. You go to CNBC, look at this. Falls 10%. They're trying to rebound a little bit right now, but it's getting smacked. Any new news? Nope. I didn't type anything correct there. Earrings? No. Earnings. I see what you're trying to do there, Google. No. They haven't updated them yet. I feel like they should update it to people here. Of course, the press page for Amazon isn't working. Cool, cool. Damn, Bitcoin's still getting fucked over too. Never doubt the root beer. Every root beer you drink, Bitcoin goes down another 4%. And hey, Steel Cyclone, a lot of people sold in October. I wouldn't say I sold everything, but as far as like my holdings from 2022, I sold a good chunk of altcoins, and that was primarily because of that deleveraging event. Though that tariff threat was just, oh god, I know Trump was doing political, geopolitical stuff, but oh, these tariffs have killed all the momentum we've had, all of it. Push this back a little bit here. Getting slugged down again. Well, if we get some higher lows, that could help out. Let me pull this back a little bit. You know, 1 minute scalpers out here. Crossover, 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 crossover. That one didn't do well. I'm never using this stuff for the 1 minute charts. I just wanted to see what happened. There's a higher low possibility. If the 5 minutes been good, if the 15-minute charts will change. Oh man, it's not going to be fine until we at least have an hourly shift. If we have an hourly shift, we might be able to hold on a little bit. Shit, even the hourly didn't do nothing last time. Yeah. We really got to wait for a 4 hour. No, even the 4 hour. Yeah, we really just got to wait, guys. The 4 hour didn't do shit over here either. Not that we were trading it like that, but still. Got to watch it ride that wave. Let's see. Pushing this down, Ted. Yeah, it's still trying to push us down right now. So, I know we've been talking about this for a while, but I just want to reiterate this. Trading is still where I'm at right now. And actually, it goes back to what you were saying, Steel Cyclone. Ever since we started like selling off, well, again, I started selling my Bitcoin off at 80,000. Not as lovely as your probably $120,000, $115,000 sell level. Although I guess I did sell some at those levels too. But the way this market's going, it's definitely bearish. The momentum, as we've talked about plenty of times before, is very bearish right now. If you guys want to be optimistic about cryptocurrency and like look at it every day like I do, because I'll be here when Bitcoin is even worse than it is right now, of course. I think it's better just to wait for the weekly charts to turn bullish, and then that'll give you some optimism for a few weeks of steadiness and maybe even better day trading and stuff like that. But for those of you who are long-term holding, I know, again, we sold a lot of our stuff back in October. Maybe had a little bit of panic, but really just the tariff deleveraging. I had a bunch of stop losses that got hit because, I mean, like, even Ethereum, I think, dropped like 20% in a few minutes. Like, you know, it was just that chaotic. Regardless of it, what I'm going to try to do here, as I'm realizing I can stream with you guys a lot longer period of time if I have my headphones on. I think I may move to 3 hour streams, and I may try to go back to doing live trading like I used to do, without all my ADD meds and stuff like that. And I'll let you guys know when all of these signals are being hit. For members, I already made a video asking you guys some stuff, and I don't think anybody responded, so I think they're kind of okay with the list. Every day around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, once, probably 6 o'clock, so I'll probably start it at 5. Every day, around 5 for members, I'll come out with a video, and it will talk about the momentum of like what, like a watch list of things to watch for the next day in the stock market, and it'll be things where the momentum is all aligned in one way and everything looks good, right? Um, right now that's not going to be obviously much stuff, but I'll find little nuggets in there, and I'll just kind of make a list, and I'll have a really good watch list by the end of it where we'll go over Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, all that type of shit, right? But then we'll also just go for those little nuggets in like the 50 to $300 billion market cap as well. We probably won't go to low market caps because I don't think you guys need to take on that much risk. But I'll give you guys options. Like this is an options play, not an options play, but this you can trade options on this. You can use my strategy and kind of see how it works out, and I can show you how it's been working out every time. So I think this will start probably this Monday, and this Sunday I'll go live with you. Super Bowl Sunday? No, I will not. This Saturday I will go live with you, and what I'll do is I'll set up the watch list on TradingView. I'll set up all this stuff on FinViz so I can have a clear list, and if you guys are watching that when you guys do, we'll keep track of it. It may be a stream for everybody to watch so they can kind of see, so they can copy what I'm doing if they want to, but only members can chat. And then on top of that, and because all the videos will be members only after that, so I think it'll work out pretty well. So just members, keep an eye on that one for you. Lisa, keep an eye on that. I'm gonna have to format it a certain way, but if you guys can do some day trades with the stock market, I think you guys would be pretty good, especially because of pull this back out, YouTube breakouts, like Apple. So we know the monthly chart for Apple's been bullish for a while, right? Been bullish since September. So during that time, the weekly chart was still good already. It saw this bullish crossover, so you're still bullish there until September 29th. That's my birthday. Okay. And even in there, if you see a bullish crossover, well, I didn't take it because the crossover happened above, didn't happen there. But point being, right here, you had a good buy zone here. The 4 hour, sorry to get too technical into this, was also doing fine during this time. So 15-minute chart, yeah, right here, once the daily chart becomes good too, the 4 hour. Bullish crossover and after hours if you wanted to take it. Good move. If you're up at 2 o'clock in the morning, 1:45, God bless you. I am not. Trade right here. Right? Again, maybe it's a little bit too close to the after hours, so it becomes a little more difficult. But if you can find a crossover that's happening right at the beginning, that's usually what you're looking for. Crossover happened right there. Oh no, see, that's pre-market shit. I'm trying to find an example, but I don't really see much. Crossover there. We got to wait for the crossover here. So 7:45. It took a few days. 7:45. 7:45. There you go. That one worked out. It took a minute. Sorry. It's not like these trades work out every day, which is why I'm going to give you guys the daily updates. Like, hey, this is something you guys may want to look at. These are both happening. Pre-market and this one's below, but that one's above. I mean, that still worked out, but again, my strategy is my strategy. I don't alter it. Pre-market. A lot of this shit is pre-market. A lot of this shit is pre-market. Kind of sucks, to be honest. By the time you have a crossover right here, crossover all the way back over there. Well, actually, that one actually, yeah, nah. Yeah, pre-market may mess up the stocks a little bit here, but we'll give it a shot. Regardless, though, you can do swing trades still in the stock market, which is the point. You can't really do swing trades that well in the Bitcoin markets unless you guys are shorting. And I know a lot of you guys have an edge or an ick to do more shorting than going along. Oh, this is a replay. I was like, that is not Bitcoin's current price right now. Yeah, there we go. That's Bitcoin's real price right now. There we go. We got a higher low, so we're bouncing around a little bit. I kind of like that. But okay, everybody, I'm gonna call it a day for now. Loki needs to use the bathroom, and he's looking at it. I was happy, guys. I was able to make it 2.5 hours with you guys streaming. I think I should be able to work my way back up to the 2 and 3 hour streams. They'll probably end up being closer to the afternoon, not this time of day. So it'll normally be around 3 to 6, I believe, or 2 to 5. Let's assume 3 to 6 though, and I'll see if that works out. And hopefully my Wi-Fi stays up to par. So I will see you guys a little bit later. I hope you guys all had a good day despite all this craziness going on. But we're seeing a little bit of support right now, and I'm gonna see if we can hold on to that one. You can see. Come here. But yeah, so I will see you guys a little bit later. I'm gonna go let Loki run outside for a little bit. Maybe he'll scare off some coyotes in the backyard. But we'll see. Relax, everybody. Relax. Rough time. This is why we look at the death crosses. This is why we talked about all these bearish signals that were coming months ago, so we can be prepared for moments like this, okay? It just always sucks because even if we talked about it being bearish, the fact that it was this bearish this fast, that was a surprise. That's the thing that sucks. So, see you, everybody. See you tomorrow.